Anything else? Comments? Questions? Are we good? Yes?
What's your opinion on punk as genre?
As punk music?
Yeah.
Let me tell you a little story about what I thought about punk. When in the 70s, in the mid 70s, punk started to show up. There was a couple of bands that were the like starters of the punk situation. There was a band called the Germs, and they had a singer named Darby Crash, and then there was another band called Black Flag, and they had a singer named Henry Rollins. And those two bands I actually kind of liked. I thought they were pretty good. The lead singer in Van Halen at that time was a guy named David Lee Roth, and he just thought those bands were the greatest thing in the world, and he actually helped a lot of them. He helped them get deals, and he helped them get shows. He liked them so much. Some of those bands from that era I like a real lot. Some of the brand new punk bands, to be really honest with you, I just don't know. I'm out of touch. I'm out of touch, but I don't discount any kind of a thing like a punk or any movement like that, because any movement is going to have some good music in it, and it's going to have some defining stars. Now, I don't know if you consider the Ramones punk, but when they came out, we did, and I thought they were great. In fact, what they did was real important. What they said is, you don't need to have a 5-minute drum solo. You don't need to have a guitar solo like a Jimmy Page or a Randy Rhoads. All you need is, you need 3 chords, and you need a chorus, and you need a quick bridge, or maybe not even a bridge. And you know what? You're done. And they proved it. And when they came to this city in the 70s, they made a big impression. A big impression. That was really exciting. That was a great time. So to answer your question, some punk music I like a lot. And there's no kind of music that I will completely discount out of hand and say I have nothing to do with that kind of music. Rap and hip hop are not my favorite, but even in those genres, there are people that are really good and really talented musicians. Yes, in the back.
Do you think there's room in the music industry for an organic band to come up all the way intact, or do you think that the future of rock music is record labels assembling artists?
The future in rock music is not with any kind of labels. Labels are going out because of the internet. In my particular case, it's been a really big blessing. It's great because you no longer have to have an A&R that stands for artist and repertoire. You no longer have to have an A&R guy to tell you your band's going to make it, your band isn't. A long time ago, you had to pass that gate.
At this time, that concludes our second session and our Career Day presentation. We'd like to thank our presenters for their time and coming to visit us here at Crespi. Gentlemen, please, you're excused to lunch at this time, and have a great afternoon.
To answer your question, finally, there is room for somebody to do that. But don't depend too much on record companies anymore, because they are going to eventually be a thing of the past. There's only a few real big, strong ones left. The internet, YouTube, all that stuff completely is going to, the rules are being rewritten. It's going to be different now. It's going to be different. You're going to be able to take your music directly to the people. And if they don't like it, there's your answer. But you no longer have to worry about an A&R guy telling you, your band's going to make it, your band isn't. Too bad. That, thank God that doesn't exist anymore. Because that was, back 30, 40 years ago, if you wanted to make a record, you had to get a record company to want to sign you to make a record. You don't need to do that anymore. If you feel strongly about something, you're working in an organic situation, in a music that you really like and you think is good, if other people agree with you, then go for it. Do it. Take it to the limit. Because if you write your own songs, the sky isn't even the limit. It isn't. You can do anything that you want to do. It's amazing. You've been a great audience. I don't know how you guys survived. I was going to say, I don't know how you get along without girls, because that was the only reason I went to high school. Good luck, man.
What do you think of word of mouth? How important is word of mouth?
I would say it's the most important thing in the world. In fact, that's what made my brother. That's what happened with him. One person said, no, man, you got to check out Randy Rhoads. And then another person said that. And then 20 said it. And then 200 said it. And then 2,000. 2000s. And when he came to this country, when he came back to England and he did the first concert here with Ozzy, it was one of the most incredible things I've ever seen. He was treated like a hometown hero. It was amazing, the show of support for him. The whole Long Beach arena for that concert was one big love fest because their fortunate son, their guy, got to that. You know how he got to it? One telling another. It's real important, especially you need a situation where a lot of girls talk about stuff because they don't ever shut up. So they'll tell somebody, and then they'll tell somebody, and then they'll tell somebody, because that's their nature, and they are actually like a publicity firm for you. Yeah, I'm afraid so. It was a pleasure. You have a beautiful campus here. Really nice. It's so much nicer than the high school I went to. Really. It's beautiful. Good luck, you guys. Hey, it's my pleasure, man. I do it for my friend here. I love this teacher, really good. He's a great, talented man. He's an incredible videographer. He knows a lot about film, and he's got a lot of creative ideas. It was my pleasure. It was a gas. I loved it. I loved it. It was my honor. Really. Thank you so much. Thanks for listening. I have not seen any of his work, but somebody asked me about a month ago if I heard of him.
It's not classical, but it's like he was more like he works like electric pianos, like synthesizer or whatever. I'm not really knowledgeable about that stuff. But you should like listen to it. So good.
I'm going to check it out because somebody just recently asked me if I've heard about him. Now that kid that was here, he asked that question about word of mouth. You see, that's what we're doing right now. Now I'm going to go check him out. And if I like him, I'll tell people about him. And it's just boom, 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 all down the line. I'll check him out. Thank you. Sure. Yeah. Yes. I did. He didn't. He didn't. I mean, to be honest with you, I can't lie, man. You're, they weren't one of his most favorite bands. I think they changed music. I think that the importance to that band cannot be understated. Because what they did was at that time, you had bands like Led Zeppelin, which I truly love, and they were doing these things with a guitar. So it would be literally for minutes. And I went to see him live at the Forum. I saw Zeppelin. And the drum solo was like 10 minutes long. It was great, but still. The Ramones said, no, this is how it's done. You come on, you do 3 chords, bum, 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 and then, you know, beat on the brat, beat on the brat. It was just, it showed everybody, you know what? Rock and roll music should be simple, like this. This works. This is infectious. All the beats are the same speed, like this. I thought they were great. I was here when that band came to town